Hello, and welcome to my 10th anniversary watch-along of WWE Night of Champions 2014. That's right, exactly 10 years ago today is when this show first took place. So we're going to watch it back and see how it's aged in the last decade. Now, fair forewarning, easy for me to say, I will not be showing this show here on YouTube because copyright law is a thing, guys. What I will be doing is encouraging you guys to watch this on the network, like WWE Network, on Peacock, or whatever your international version is. We'll be doing a countdown, we'll be synchronizing up, pressing play buttons, and I'll show about the first 5 seconds of the show, just so that you can, like, make sure you're synchronized with me. But yeah, you are going to need your own version of this show to watch with me, because you can't just upload entire WWE pay-per-views to YouTube. Who knew? So yeah, so what we'll do now is, what I advise you do, is pause this video, go over to the network or Peacock or whatever, load up the show, do what I've done, pause it at 0000, and then resume my video, and then we'll count down and get started. Okay, so I'm going to assume everyone's done that now, because I can be paused. So the next thing I'm going to do is count 3, 2, 1, then hopefully you'll hear a click, which will be me pressing my play button. But even if you don't, then obviously you'll know roughly the cadence with which to click the play button, and you'll get the first 5 seconds or so to make sure you're synchronized enough for your satisfaction. Okay, so, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's show those first 5 seconds or so, and then fade it out. Lovely stuff. Okay. So, Night of Champions 2014. We've just missed doing a watch-along of the infamous SummerSlam 2014. Which I'm a little bit gutted about, actually. But I wasn't uploading it at the time in August. Been uploading a little bit in September, though. Across my channels, over 100 videos this month. Not even kidding. So we've got, like, this video package of the history of, like, some of the more famous WWE champions. Oh, not just WWE champions, just, I mean, obviously he was a WWE champion, but they're showing him as NWA champion there as well. That match was wild. I don't remember this match, I don't remember the rematch at all. And again, same as when we do watch-alongs from the 90s and early 2000s, and there's a certain Canadian crippler on those shows, we're going to steer clear of talking about allegations against a certain main eventer on this show. Yeah, good timing, appearing on the screen. Because we're just here to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the show and re-watch the show, so let's not get bogged down in that stuff. That's a different matter for a different discussion in a different place, in my opinion. And I'm fine to have a discussion about it in the comments, but let's be civil. But I won't be really talking about it in the video, is what I'm getting at. Are you, though? I don't actually remember, but I actually really doubt it. Yeah, 2014 is a weird year for me. Some of it is so clear. Like, I went to WrestleMania 30, so the start of the year is so crystal clear to me. You know, what happened and when, and obviously going to WrestleMania and stuff. Then SummerSlam, very clear. In between is a bit hazy. And then, after SummerSlam, I don't think I really remember anything. Maybe Survivor Series. I think I vaguely remember Survivor Series. Did that guy have his CM Punk shirt on backwards? That best since day one. That's on the back of the shirt. I think I have that shirt. It's on the back. What? Brock Fear's Stardust. That's a sign. Ambrose gets off on the pain. Oh, heck. This is a cool touch. Yeah, this is a pretty cool touch, having the having some of the former champions like displayed. I like that. Are we gonna start? Looks like a flaming hot Cheeto. Oh god. Wow. This was only 10 years ago. This feels millennia ago. The transformation. Wow, that was mostly children. that was a very base lacking O from the audience, wasn't it? But yeah, to think that these two transitioned into like the cool souls, you know, where they wore their hoodies and their baseball caps and had loads of swagger, and new theme music and what have you. And then we went into like. Then we went into the bloodline, and now we've ended up with main event Jey Uso and absent without official leave Jimmy. Oh my goodness. That was a one-on-one match? Why was everyone else involved? Oh god, we've got Goldust and Stardust. I'm guessing they're the challengers. Are they the heels here? I'm guessing so. Speaking of transformations, hi Stardust. Whatever happened to that guy? Oh, we get to tolerate the commentary of Jerry Lawler. Hooray. These two weirdos. That was an attempt at a mix, wasn't it? Gold and Stardust. I might make Stardust the thumbnail. Wow, they even had the team name at the bottom, Gold and Stardust. Not Goldust and Stardust. That's crazy. His name was just Gold at this time, apparently. Oh, yeah. Same JBL. I was just going to make that joke. Does that make me a bad person that I made the same joke as JBL? Oh, I thought the same joke that JBL made. You know, for all that he hated the gimmick, Cody didn't half, like, play up the gimmick, didn't he? Like, there's something to be said. And I know it ended up not working out for him directly, and he had to go away and build himself up elsewhere and then come back. But he did end up with the WWE title. And there's a lot has been said in the past about what they were looking for was no matter what you're given, do your best with it. And I think Stardust is certainly an example of that. He was committed to the bit. Probably just did a load of stuff to try and, quote, pop the boys, didn't he? You know. Not sure about the amount of black on Goldust's face. Like, I get he's mixing things up with the face paint. But for when he's standing facing to the camera left, he just looks like he's got blackface on. Look at that. There was no gold visible then at all. He just looked like he had blackface. By the way, how many tag matches have there been in WWE history where all four men are wearing face paint? Just out of curiosity. It's probably not that many, right? Woo! Like, you'd have to... You've maybe got some Legion of Doom versus Demolition matches. Did they really collide much? I seem to remember there was a bit of a thing about them not really clashing. But I assume they must have had some matches. I'm trying to think who else is, like, really famous, like, face-painted tag teams that could have collided. That might be about it, to be honest. I'd love to have fun. Who doesn't? Right, I don't like Jerry Lawler, but yeah, what a stupid, inane comment from Michael Cole. This era of Michael Cole, who was neutered by the system of WWE commentary. Like, it's not Michael Cole's fault, but God, he was awful at this era. They love to have fun. What a stupid comment. I hate having fun. If I'm enjoying myself, I'm miserable. Like, it's a stupid, asinine statement. But he was probably being told to say it on a regular basis. Like, there's some crazy old man screaming in his ear constantly when he was doing commentary. He's so much better now, and I wonder what's changed. Like, what could the difference possibly be? He's got the key. He's got the secret. Oh, it's Star and Goldust now, is it? I thought it was Gold and Stardust. Did that ring just move? Like, I know they talk about, oh my god, the ring moved, he threw him into the corner that hard there, but, like, it's always a bit of a mild exaggeration, really, isn't it? But I think that ring did move like an inch or two. Is the ring not, like, bolted down for the duration of the show somehow? Is it not actually connected to the floor? Is it just held down by how heavy it is? Because that's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad we're... oh my... Yeah, I was going to say, I'm glad we're looking at that side of his face when you say that. Even if he'd have just had, like... You know, like on the gold side, he's got some black flashes. If he'd have just had the gold flashes on the black side, it'd be so much better. People had a big problem with Roddy Piper having half blackface. Has everyone got a problem with this as well? I never heard anything about it. That's not to say there wasn't a kerfuffle made. I'm just saying, like... And I don't have a problem with it, because I know it's not blackface. Like, just to clarify, I know it's not. I'm just saying, why run the risk of getting that backlash when you could just simply not? Is, whichever Uso that is bleeding from his finger? How's that happened? Is that Jimmy? Okay. Oh. Wipe out Stardust. I'll try and keep track, because the Usos are really hard to distinguish at this time, because they're dressed exactly the same. They've got the same haircut. I think they've got much more similar tattoos. And part of the face is covered in face paint, which I think they've either got identical or symmetrical face paint. Right, so Jimmy's got the right half of his face painted, and is currently legal. I'm gonna try and keep track of the difference between them. Oh, because I always found it difficult until, like, they got very different haircuts, and I was like, okay, now I can tell them apart. I mean, they're literally twins, for God's sake, like, you know. I think Jay in the background there, I just caught a glimpse, did have the left side of his face done. So it's... Yeah, so it's the other side. So it's Jimmy left, Jay right? I don't... Wait, no. Jimmy right, Jay left. Okay, Jimmy and Right both have 5 letters, and J and left both have less than 5 letters. Let's see if I can remember it based on that. That's not to say that's always the way round they are, so the next 2014 show we watch, they might have the face paint the other way around and it's going to screw me over. But for this match, Jimmy Wright. I wonder what it's like wrestling in one of those, like, full latex bodysuits. Like, it's gotta be really warm, right? Compared with, like, you know, the Usos are yeah, they've got, like, plasticky fabric on their shorts, so it's like, that's probably not the best, but they're baggy shorts, so they get the wind up them, they've got no shirts on. Like, Stardust and Goldust are covered, like, neck to toe. That was a nice counter to Samoan drop. Yeah, we've got blood. I don't know how Jimmy's screwed up his hand, but yeah, the referee's got gloves on, which does confirm blood. What? That's a line he got fed. That's definitely something. Say this! Say this! It's good, pal. Bosh. Referee gets distracted, and then they actually do nothing illegal. I know it was the punch for the sake of the punch, and the rest was just like logical sort of retaliation. But it's funny how they're getting booed and they've done nothing illegal. If the referee was watching, they'd have been just as allowed to do what they just did. But everyone's like, boo! It's like, what? What are you booing? Jimmy's hand will not stop bleeding. That's some crazy amount of blood coming out of his hand. What even happened to his finger? I didn't even like see anything. Was there a row of referees in the crowd then? Yeah, there, just next to the referee, funnily enough, then, when I pointed it out. Just like 5 guys sat there, all with the stripy shirts on. I assume it's 5 guys, 5 people. Here we go. Hot tag. No! Oh, wait. Yep. Oh! That was fun, actually, because it really subverted the expectation. Like, the duck, I thought, meant... Like, when he spun him round, it was like, okay, he's going to kick him. So when he ducked, that subverted. But then when he ducked, it's like, oh, they're going to carry on beating down Jimmy for a bit longer. But then, no, he went round again and got it. Like, double subversion of expectations in quick succession. Whoop. That's called a backflip king, or a back somersault. Jay going ham. Get it? Nice. Yeah. You're going to target my leg, are you? I liked Stardust doing the KO'd cell there, sat up in the corner. That was fun. Really? That's what they called it? Uso crazy? Yeah. Slightly more enthusiastic O's from the crowd now that we've had a pretty fun match. Instead of just expecting him to hold off the... Oh, I thought he was going to crossroads him then. Dark Matter, that was called, was it? Okay. I don't remember him ever using that. Then again, I think I'm in the same boat as Cody Rhodes in that I think I've basically blocked out all memory of Stardust from my brain. Yeah, what's he doing? He's got his glove off. Why would he get disqualified? He's not technically breaking any rules right now, is he? He's got a 5 count to attack him when he's in the ropes. Slapping him with the glove. I challenge you to a duel! Jimmy saved Jay. Whoa. Oh. So Goldust elected not to save Stardust and instead take out Jimmy Uso because it was cool. I think that's Jimmy, right? Yeah, that's Jay. Jay's still the legal one. He just flew over the top rope. Yep, I can keep up with that. That was 2 wrestling moves, King. 2. I managed to keep up with that just fine. Got him. Gold and Stardust. That guy's name is Gold, everyone. Weirdos. I laugh at JBL calling them weirdos as Gold just crawls between Stardust's legs. That was a decent opening match. I enjoyed that. Oh, just you wait, JBL. They have a hell of a reign in a few years' time. Such contact. 7 months they had the titles here. Wow. So that's that like February Elimination Chamber they would have won it roughly around that time. That's crazy. Don't worry, guys. I have a feeling you'll get the tag titles back at some point. In fact, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes were tag champions together for a cup of coffee. So that's kind of fun. There's another trivia question if anyone wants to try and answer some of these in the comments. How many times have, like, one person won the tag titles from another person, obviously with respective partners, and then those 2 people gone on to be tag champions together at some point? I feel like that's probably less rare than the 4 face-painted guys in a tag match one, but still fairly rare, I reckon. Diet Dew. And Ziggler. I don't remember this team at all. BS. And now Miz and R-Truth are friends. And actually, they already have been. Shizzo is off. Yeah, they've already been a tag team as well before this. United States Championship. Who they showing? Harley Race, Sting, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I'll never forgive him for forcing me to... Oh, Eddie Guerrero and Booker T, nice. To endure that Hacksaw Jim Duggan stunning Steve Austin segment. I refuse to call it a match in the recent watch-along I did of Fall Brawl 94. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler, of course, now Nick Nemeth, the current TNA World Champion at time of recording. It's funny to see where all these guys have ended up. I mean, Cesaro, look at what's going on in AEW now with Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley. So Cesaro already been dropped as a Paul Heyman guy. Because that was a weird decision and it didn't go very well for him. What? So so essentially they led that sales pitch with, this is how much you've been ripped off. You paid $54.95 to watch this. There was a certain tone to that, wasn't there? It's a shameful thing. Shameful shame. Shame to shame. So is this the build up to the bar, or is this a separate Sheamus versus Cesaro time? Because I have ADHD, I have no concept of time. I couldn't tell you if the bar formed 10 years ago, or like 7 or 6. Like, I genuinely couldn't tell you the difference between those two things. Then again, okay, so we're coming up on 5 years since the start of the pandemic. In, like, next February, March. So, the bar was done by then, I'm pretty sure, and was around for a while, so... Yeah, maybe it was coming off of this feud. Let's see if they mention anything, because didn't they do like a best of 7 series or something? The only diet with Dew in it. No, I think you can have a diet with either Mountain Dew or literally just Dew in it, nutritionally. Like, it's pretty balanceable. They've got a King of Wrestling sign each. And so is that guy. Are they promoting a podcast? There's a lot of those signs. Is that like the precursor to the Cesaro section? Anyway, Sheamus vs. Cesaro should be a banger! As they say. Well, that's just rude. I think Cesaro's a good-looking man. He's got that Jason Statham ruggedness, hasn't he? Cesaro, the second most over man in the entire company at WrestleMania. Somehow they squandered that. And then they lost the most over man to injury. So, well done WWE, I guess. Oh, wedgie. Oh! Oh! Ho, ho, ho. Shot arm clothesline, nice. I'd love to see current Sheamus against current Claudio Castagnoli, with them both staying true to like their abilities in their respective rosters and their characters and what have you. Be very even, actually. I think they're pretty good equivalents of each other across company lines at the moment. Except, obviously, one's... Like, there's differences, obviously. One's face, one's heel, one's in a group, one's not, etc. I get that. But in terms of, like, ferocity and, like, how much other roster members would want to see their names get put up against them, you know, that sort of thing within kayfabe, I think that's a fair comparison. Oh. Cesaro was so damn good in 2014. What an absolute waste to not do anything. Like, when you think of, like, some of the talent in this era that they squandered, Cesaro, we're less than a year out from, like, Rusev being one of the most popular things in the company. They did nothing with that either. Daniel Bryan, obviously, they couldn't really help because that was, like, injury-related. But still, they were going to squander Daniel Bryan until everyone just kicked off royally over it, and they were forced to actually use him correctly. This is, like, 9 months after... Well, less than 9 months. Like, under 9 months from CM Punk leaving. Under 8 months from CM Punk leaving, actually. Like, there's some more squandering. They were doing the stunt double gimmick, Ziggler and R2, so I'm guessing Mizdow's about as well, who was also insanely over for, like, the best part of a year, and they squandered that as well. They've got Cody Rhodes there being Stardust at the moment. I remember when Sheamus insisted on doing that for a little while. It was impressive for a guy that big to do it, but it wasn't the prettiest, smoothest looking thing, was it? Cesaro's not even got the mouth guard in yet, because that was during the bar when he got, like, toothed on the ring post, didn't he? And then he had to start wearing a mouth guard. So that's after these two got together. But yeah, when you think of, like, momentum that they've been squandering in this era, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of indicative of the fact that they had a concrete plan in place and they were not willing to adjust very often at all, just because of a petty thing like, oh, I don't know, the fans wanting a particular thing. Hey, we don't make this show for the fans. That'd be crazy. Is that Conrad Thompson? That's Conrad! Right there in the front row next to long hair guy. Oh my god. Not interested in Sheamus versus Cesaro. I thought you were a real wrestling fan, Conrad. What are you doing looking at your phone? If I were a front row at a WWE show, I would not be looking at my phone while Sheamus and Cesaro were on. Admittedly, this isn't the best Sheamus and Cesaro match. It's got a good tan on him there as well, hasn't he, Conrad? If you don't know who I'm talking about, by the way, Conrad Thompson hosts/hosted a bunch of podcasts. I don't know which ones of them are still going. I've not been listening to podcasts in quite a while now, but he had one with Bruce Pritchard, had one with Eric Bischoff, Tony Schiavone, probably some others. They were the ones I remember listening to at some point though. Yeah. Pretty big deal, to be honest, in the podcasting game. The wrestling podcasting game, especially. Get off your phone, Conrad! Stop tweeting. Stop tweeting about mortgages. Whee! Oh, momentum that. Conrad missed it. Didn't even look up when everyone went, oh! I feel like, the more people have to do with wrestling in a in-person capacity, like the people who are always front row, like I've seen green smiley shirt guy, I've seen long-haired guy, I assume Brock Lesnar guy is there somewhere. Conrad is front row. Brock Lesnar guy is usually more on like the entrance way. He prefers seats there, but like they all don't seem to actually enjoy it that much. Like in an outward way, because it's just normal for them. Like it's like the difference between someone who's owned like a Ferrari for a year and someone who's like rented a Ferrari for a weekend. Who's having more fun, do you reckon, driving it? Who's more excited to drive it? You know, on that particular weekend. It's the guy renting it, right? Because it's novel. Whereas the other guy, it's just that's just his car. Like, you know. We take things for granted once we get used to them. And those people that attend loads of wrestling shows, I think, end up taking it for granted a little bit. Which is their right. Spend their money how they want. Spend their time in the arena how they want. Just an observation. Cesaro says, nope. Boots him in Ed. Of this Cesaro, as opposed to all the other Cesaros they've got. You don't have to, like, kind of one-up the other commentator just because you're the babyface and he said something in support of the heel. Look at the resourcefulness. Oh, look at that resourcefulness, though. Like, a neutral play-by-play commentator, which is what they're supposed to be, can acknowledge when a heel does something good that isn't necessarily cheating in any way, shape, or form either. Like, you don't even have to begrudge them it because they're not cheating. Like, they can just be good. 10 years ago, WWE was in a weird place in terms of, like, what was expected of people, in terms of, like, all the little rules and stuff. You know, the local medical facility is, like, the prime example of that, isn't it? Bosh! Cesaro not messing about, going pedigree? Bosh! Were we? I mean, maybe like 10 minutes ago during the video package. I don't remember anyone actually being speaking about Harley Race. Maybe I just wasn't listening though. I don't know. I try not to listen to the commentary too much. I know I keep commenting on things they say because they keep catching my attention. But I try my best not to listen to them too much because it was not a good era for commentary. Like, it's a good... And I say good, it's, you know, as in... You know how I mean it. It's hard to explain. But it's a good, like, 10-year period, at least, where the commentary is borderline unbearable. Luckily, we're out of that now. The commentary is pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Especially Maggle. Maggle seems to work well with anyone. When it's him and Wade Barrett, when it's him and Corey Graves, when it's him and Pat McAfee. It's always a good time. Whoa, nice. That was the move you were really super determined to hit. Oh, look at the athleticism. I love me some Cesaro. That was the closest thing to a burning hammer I think WWE would ever allow anyone to do in one of their rings in this era. You need to drop him on his head, like a proper burning hammer. That's what'll do it. This match has really come alive, and so's the crowd. Yeah, I think no matter... like, I think there's not really enough hyperbole for how good Cesaro actually is. I think no matter how good you think Cesaro is, you're underrating him. He's insanely good, bell to bell. Strength-wise, technique-wise. Honestly, charisma-wise, promos. I don't know why everyone says that Cesaro can't cut a promo. He really can. Like, genuinely, such a complete package. And if they really believed he couldn't cut a promo, they literally put the man with Paul Heyman and then did nothing with that. Oh, that was a haluva kick, wasn't it? Bro kick. Called it. Kick out? No. Because of the pin, the way it was, it looked like he might kick out. You know what's crazy to me? Is that Lillian Garcia has to announce the winner whilst lugging the title to the ring and passing it through. Like, okay, that's not the hardest 2 tasks in the world to complete. But still, how she sounds while doing that. You know, if she sort of has to go when she lifts the belt up or something because they're quite heavy or something, it ruins the entire thing. WWE couldn't afford, like, 2 people, like just a dog's body to, like, actually deliver the title to the ref. Like, there's literally other people sat at ringside. Why can't one of them deliver the title to the referee? Wow, that's stereotyping JBL. What a maneuver! Decent match. Enjoyed that. Good couple of matches so far. Nothing like insane, mind-blowing, oh my god, we need to re-evaluate the 5-star system, like, kind of thing. But good. Very fun, very watchable. That's some absolute S-tier selling, by the way, by Cesaro. Like, just where am I? What happened? Yeah, can we just, like, go back in time and give Cesaro all of the world title reigns, please? Well, what's going on with Mark Henry at the moment? Oh, okay. Oh. Who's he fighting? Yes! Is it? Oh, this is just Vince McMahon coded as hell, isn't it? America! Shut up. World Wrestling Entertainment. But let's have a whole 5-minute segment about America. Oh no. Oh no. Who? Who? Oh, okay. I know them. However, what are they doing here? I like a few Florida Georgia Line songs. If you've watched this channel for a while, you know I have no time for here's some music. Are they doing commentary? Oh god. Just what we need, a 5-man commentary booth. 2 of which probably don't know all that much about wrestling, and even if they do, don't know how to, like, commentate it properly. Tribute to the troops. They don't even know the name of it. Oh no. That first name you decided to spout off doesn't age well 10 years later. Woo! Allegedly. What incredibly important match are they going to be calling? Okay, that is quite an important match. I mean, it should be. Probably. Like, the Intercontinental title was lacking a lot of luster for a long time, to be honest, but... Awesome. This version of the Miz. Oh yes. Oh yes. But this like I'm a Hollywood A-lister. I'm better than you. I love Miz though. Yeah, but this version was so much more interesting than what bland generic babyface number 7, the Miz, at the moment. Like, Miz has always been a better heel than a face. I don't know why they really put him in the position to be a face very often. Well, they don't, I guess, but I don't know why they do at all. It doesn't work. Like, he's fine. Oof. Ah, Ziggler. Remember when I'm Here to Show the World got, like, the biggest pop ever, every single time, when Ziggler was Money in the Bank? I do not remember 2 things. 1, this team, and 2, R-Truth in little short shorts. Like, it's very silly, but they must have been having so much fun with it. And it's fun to watch. Like, the Mizdow thing got mega over. I don't know if the R-Truth and Ziggler thing ever reached any sort of heights of popularity. I was going to say, you're going to try and sell us on that tournament that never happened. Alright, Ziggler and Miz should be good. You know, they know how to work with each other. They put on good matches. They're like good friends. That's quite often a recipe for a good match. I don't know why we have to listen to these two, but, you know, you're probably thinking the same thing about me, right? So who's Mark Henry going to be fighting? Because the obvious spot would be to have him challenge for the US title, but that ain't what's happening. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, let's enjoy hopefully this match. Oh, stop watching them two. Watch the wrestling. I forgot the guy's name that I want to shout at. Kevin Dunn. God damn it, Kevin Dunn. It's probably Vince's fault as well, to be honest, but I don't know. It's one of their faults, at least. Let's just blame both of them. Dirt. Excuse me. Oof. Pow, right in the kisser. Little guy? Oh, got him. Got him, good one. Can we stop looking at these two? Look at these two, you know, the wrestlers in the wrestling ring on the wrestling show for World Wrestling Entertainment. Oh, shoot. Gosh dang, nabbit. God. I'm nervous. It's not as old as we thought it was. Ouch. Look at Miz now on the outside dancing around. Love it. I don't know. Like, it looks stupid that Miz is doing it, but it makes it better that Mizdow's doing it. Ugh. God. Why do they have to put on a match like Ziggler and Miz that's always going to be a good time and then have this be the commentary where they're just like brown-nosing Florida Georgia line and not paying any attention to the match at all? He's encouraging the Miz. That's like part of his job. Whoa, some speed there. Ziggler's moving at. Wasn't there off the ropes then? Yeah, indeed. Trying to cover? What? Do you just say random sound bites, Michael Cole, in this era? Miz trying to cover, he said as they had him up for a power bomb. Nowhere near going for a cover. What? I don't even know what to make of that. Oh, God. You know, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Alright, we've got Booker T on commentary now. Uh-oh. That sounds beautiful. Duplicating in their microphones. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad this professional wrestler is probably going to be buried by two musicians in a second. Okay, at least it was just a shove, and now there's an actual wrestler dealing with Mizdow. They did a little push. So cool. Alright, can we... Now we've got to that bit that we were obviously just focused on getting to. Nope, I was going to say, can we focus on the match now? But nope, there they are again. That's 3 out of the last 4 camera angles have been focused on them. 4 out of the last 5. 5 out of the last 6. 5 out of 7. I'm going to keep counting. Oh no, 5 out of 8. Here we go. We're actually looking at the ring now. There's still a match. Wow, Jerry Lawler's aware there's a match going on. That makes one of them. Wrestling? Excuse you. King's fired. How dare he say that word? I bet Vince McMahon did actually just scream at him for that. What did you just call it? Sports entertainment, pal. God, that man was insane and insufferable. Like, and I didn't even have to, like, bear the brunt of it. I just, like, heard about it secondhand, and it annoys me. Imagine having been those people that have to listen to him. Have to do as he tells you. Whoop. He literally just leapt up in the air and hit her famously. I reckon he can stand. Almost managed to sound keen for that entire... Boom! for that entire sentence. Wow, he almost took the tights with him. I love Miz though. The thing is as well, he's not done a single stunt double type thing, he's just been mimicking him. That's different. Like, but it's just so funny. Love it. Oh no, are they going? Oh, we're not going to be focused on two musicians instead of wrestling. Oh no. Gutted. Look, Dolph Ziggler's devastated that they're leaving. I'm sure that's what he's upset about. I can't think what else it'd be. Oh. So, as annoying as that match was for only being focused on Florida Georgia Line, from what I saw, the match itself was good. Missed out. Look at Ziggler's beside himself at the fact that the Florida Georgia Line aren't going to be there for the whole show. I like that Miz though keeps checking very obviously what Miz is doing. It's funnier with that. A hospital? Not a local medical facility. Mr. Reigns. Can we do an interview with you, Doctor, where everything you say is true, except can you refer to him as Mr. Reigns, because that's what he's known as to us. Crazy. Okay. Oh, this was pre-Burn It Down. You know what? When they first added the Burn It Down, I hated it. But now, watching it back, that is super awkward, that pause. Yeah, I feel like he kind of got over that relationship, King. He literally hit the man in the back with a chair. Remember when Seth Rollins got rid of the blonde out of his hair and was like, yeah, there comes a point where you have to stop murderizing your hair by just bleaching it constantly. And it's like, yeah, that's a fair point, that. And then he just started bleaching it again and ended up pretty much fully blonde. Like, last year. Let's go and talk. some of the fans can be bothered doing a "you sold out" chant. No one near the front, though. This is what I mean about, like, it's the ones in the cheap seats where it might be, like, their first show that are loving it and yelling stuff. I'm suspicious of the fact there's a referee in the ring. I think he might still have a match, guys. I'm guessing Dean Ambrose, unless he's got something else planned. That's going to age badly when you do your knee in, Seth, next year. Just saying. Fairness. Justice. I know he didn't do it that time, but what? Tiny rumblings of a CM Punk chant there. Wishful thinking, I think, guys. Okay. Just do it quickly. It's not going to get it because you're counting slowly, ref. I reckon, yeah, it's got to be Dean Ambrose, hasn't it? Mr. Reigns? Why is he calling him Mr. Reigns now? Wow, they didn't interrupt the count with the music. I thought it was going to be Dean Ambrose's music on 9. How much longer does this need to go on for? We all know what's about to happen, or at least I think I do. You miss that Ambrose's hairy chest. Oh my god, can we just crack on with it? This feels like he was given a 2-minute segment and told to fill 10 minutes with it. Now do we get Dean Ambrose's music? Is he shouting JBL? Ah, here we go. About 25 minutes too late. How does he know about the open challenge? He was in a cab. Has he been, like, watching online on his phone or something? When we talk about what a difference 10 years makes, look at the difference with Jon Moxley now. And to be honest, Seth Rollins is like one of the biggest names in wrestling these days. This was still pre-first ever world title, Seth Rollins. First ever singles title. I don't think he'd won a singles title yet. He'd been tag champs with Roman Reigns, but I don't think he'd won a singles title, right? So is this a match or... like... because I think the referee left. Oh, luckily enough, they found 5 more referees right there. Hey up. Break it up. Break it up. Beautiful. I'm gonna be real, not devastated we got a good glimpse of Stephanie there. Feel like she should get the Florida Georgia line treatment. Let's keep cutting to just looking at Stephanie. It's getting this instead. I mean, it can be a match if you want. There's a wrestling ring right there. Get that man a plastic bag. Oh my god. J&J Security taking up rugby. Wait, do we recognise anyone there? Any of the security guys? No, don't recognise him. Trying to like spot some security guys' faces. Don't recognise any of them. Obviously J&J Security, I know those guys, but I mean like the sort of generic security guard men. Because sometimes you get some gems where you spot like someone who's ended up being a star. You know, like CM Punk on John Cena's gangster car at Mania 22, I think it was. Like, that's a good example, I think. Look at Ambrose. Hey up, look at Stephanie. Hell yeah. Just realised that was me clapping, guys. Not that into Stephanie, Jesus. Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah. What? Imagine booing Triple H now. Imagine ever booing Stephanie. Crazy. I guess. Oh, she's hot for him. Oh, she's got a crush. I mean, they might have already been in a relationship at this point. I don't know. Oh, it was until you appeared, Booker T. Shut up. Actually, no, you're fine there. At least not on commentary. Alex Riley, what might have been with him had he not allegedly upset John Cena and gotten completely buried, I wonder. Didn't he get injured anyway in the end? I don't know. But like, I don't know. That was going well. Like, he did the whole Miz's lackey breaks out from under the Miz, beats up the Miz a bit, and then bam, nothing. Allegedly because of some incident backstage with John Cena where, like, I can't remember what it was now, but I remember reading about it at the time and thinking, that's nothing as well. Like, you know, like, that's not even like a big incident. That's nothing. Who's he fighting? I've not been listening. See, that felt like they were doing it ironically, but they're not, are they? Who's he fighting? I'm guessing, like, Rusev? Somebody gon' get the wig split. I didn't know it said that for so long, by the way. Peanut butter, jelly time, peanut butter, jelly time. They're tag team partners? Where is the American flag on that? Is it on his left hip or something? That's the only bit of him I think we haven't seen. Who's he signaling to? Peanut butter, jelly time, peanut butter, jelly time. I don't think your ratings are that high, guys. Oh, come on. Interrupt it, Rusev. Save us. Save us, Rusev. Mark Henry, your chest, your heart isn't slap bang in the middle. It's a bit over to the left, my guy. Oh, there's the US flag. Oof. Some of those people look so much like they've just been indoctrinated into doing that. Like, they stand, they put their hand on the chest, but there's no actual interest, there's no actual, like, pride. Like, they're completely devoid of emotion on their actual, like, faces. They're just... Oh my god, we're not even going to get this interrupted, are we? Rusev crush! Come on, let's go! Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so patriotic. Oh my god. There's going to be Americans watching us typing furious comments like, stop pooing on our national anthem. No. I mean, fair play, Mark Henry. I think he's actually managed to cry. And, like, get that man an Oscar or something. Get that man a Hollywood contract. Or is it just sweat? And he's managed to, like, squeeze it down his face. I don't know. I know that like Vince McMahon's got a boner for the American like stuff, like the national anthem and all that nonsense. But having the music, if it is Rusev, having him interrupt the national anthem being sung by Lillian Garcia while Mark Henry cries would have been phenomenal. Would have been perfect heel heat. On a more positive note, Lillian's looking aight. Look. He doesn't even crush. It's been that long since I've heard it that I thought it was Rusev crush. It's not. Oh my god, he's got Vladimir Putin. Why is Lillian not doing the intros? She's right there with a microphone. By the way, I love the fact that he's got a Bulgaria tattoo on his arm because he's Bulgarian, not Russian. But boo, Russia, boo. So let's make this very obvious Bulgarian man Russian because it's the same thing, innit? Who cares? Like, ugh. Aren't there more Russians? If we're going to go on about who's behind who, aren't there more Russians than Americans? So hasn't Rusev actually got, like, a better, as Big Show put it, tag team partner than Mark Henry has? I've got lots of sugars for you, Zeb. What? What? What does that mean? I pooped in my pants. Someone had a sign. Wow. What are you doing, Rusev? Why has he got his hands up like that? Is he about to do, like, the Thriller dance or something? What's he doing? What is the population of Russia? He's representing a nearby country. He's representing a country from the same continent he's from. It's crazy. Population of Manchester. No, that's not what I'm after. Russia. Oh no, they've got less. 144 million. I know they've got a lot of empty space. But, Jesus, I didn't think it was that much empty space. Okay, I take it back then. He's not got a better tag partner. Although, I mean, he's got Lana. That counts for something, right? Although, again, 10 years later, what a difference it makes. Apparently, I read on Twitter, I think, like, I literally read it yesterday, that Miro's requested his release from AEW. I don't know how confirmed that is at the time of recording this, because fun fact for you guys, I am recording this yesterday. What was that ha all about then? Oh, laughing at what would happen to Rusev if he lost. Okay. I thought he was laughing at the possibility of Rusev losing. I was like, yeah. I mean, yeah, but King, aren't you a babyface at this point? Like, aren't you supposed to be on the side of that happening? So is it only an emotional song when it's sang well? If it's a bunch of out-of-tune kids just being patriotic, is it not a good song? Is it not an emotional song then? You! Lana's hulking up. I like that Mark Henry's super patriotic ring gear is exactly the same colour as Rusev's ring gear, because red, white, and blue is not exclusively an American thing. It also happens to be Russia's flag's colours, and, you know, the UK, and France, and the Netherlands, and Australia, and New Zealand, and I'm sure lots and lots of other places that I just can't summon to mind at this exact moment. But no, red, white, and blue, America. Like, I don't like or understand blind patriotism at the best of times, but honestly, I hate to say this if I'm going to alienate anyone watching this, but Americans, you guys do it the best. The blind patriotism. The, like, nonsensical patriotism. Is Thailand red, white, and blue, technically? Am I thinking of the right flag? Let's have a look. Thailand, because this match isn't going to be riveting. Okay, I wasn't thinking of the right flag, but technically, yeah, red, white, and blue. Okay, I'm going to go red, white, blue flags. North Korea's flag is red, white, and blue. That's the one I was thinking of, actually. Chile, Cuba, Czech Republic. Oh, I should have thought of the Czech Republic. Luxembourg, Liberia, Paraguay. Oh, they've got a bit of yellow ones, so that doesn't really count. Cambodia. Iceland. Oh, I didn't think about Iceland. Slovakia and Slovenia. Yeah. But it's an American thing, guys. Being red, white, and blue. It's definitely an American thing. Didn't he, like, literally win the world title already? I'd say that's a bigger match. Is there only 4 referees now? Maybe the one in the ring was sat with them before. That was weirdly botched. I don't even know what went wrong there. Guess miscommunication about what the next move was supposed to even be for it to have gone that badly wrong. It's crazy that Rusev went from, you know, primitive, brutish European man, because Europeans are primitive and brutes, to handsome Rusev. Like, range on that man. And then the Redeemer, Miro in AEW as well. Like, man's got range. Miro's another one I think should have got a lot more than he got. So, story about Rusev. When I was at WrestleMania 31, we were waiting outside, right? And they sent out, like, a camera crew to do, like, you know, the pre-show shots, and they went past our bit. And they came by just before the camera guy and were like, right, guys, we want you to chant something. Like, just make some noise, you know, like, whatever you're excited for. And unanimously, everyone immediately started chanting Rusev Day, Rusev Day, Rusev Day. No, it wasn't 31. It would have been 34, that, wouldn't it? Whichever one it was. I think it was 34, actually. But yeah, whichever one it was. 34, yeah, definitely. And it unanimously, everyone just went, Rusev Day, Rusev Day. And I was just, like, you know, that should tell you all you need to know about how over he was at that point. Yeet! Sorry, copyright Jey Uso. Is Mark Henry still in AEW? Like, he used to do the whole Rampage, it's time for the main event thing, and then that just stopped. I don't know if it was stopped or if it just stopped, because I didn't watch weekly wrestling for quite a while, and when I came back to it, Mark Henry was no longer doing that. So, I don't know. I don't know what happened to that. But, yeah, is he still there? I haven't got a clue. Yeah! Oh, hello. Kablamo! Mark Henry's in, like, legit agony. He just doesn't bend that way. Oh, no! Now America has to disband. I don't know. Oh no, kid. That's America over. America is owned by Russia now, as per the stipulations. Someone there with a Russian flag with some actual Russian writing on it. Oh heck! Oh, she's not happy. She's defecting. She's like, well, if Mark Henry can't represent America, no one can. I'm becoming Russian. She says. She's a Russian to get a flight. JBL just like, I'm not even mad, I'm just disappointed. Rusev accurately not wearing boots because in Europe we haven't yet invented footwear. So he's obviously representing that accurately. I'm not sure how to... Look at that flag that was already there before the match happened. But it's not predetermined, guys. It's not predetermined. I mean, you could argue that it's part of his deal that he puts the flag up there and it comes down if he wins. You could argue that, I guess. Is he saying his back's broken? Alright, Mark, calm down. Mark Henry just wants a few months off. He's like, yeah, my back's broken. You're not going to be able to put me on TV. Kayfabe, I've got a broken back. Look at the thighs on Rusev, by the way. Big, strong boy. Also, shout out to Lana's thighs, but you know. I reckon Rusev can probably squat more than Lana, so let's focus on that. What does that kid's shirt say behind Jerry Lawler's head? Because it looked like it was a CM Punk one, but I don't recognise that shirt. It says best. But then it just looks like a load of circles. And then there's a 434. What's the red word? It's definitely a Punk shirt, but what? Wait, are we there already? Wait, is this match going to be an hour and 15 minutes? What? What's going on? We've got an hour and 15 minutes left. I was going to say, either that show has flown by, or we've still got some more matches to go before we get to this. That's Kevin Owens' gimmick. Has Brock Lesnar got collagen? Like lip injections? His lips are like slightly weirdly puckered, like not naturally looking puckered. And he's got like those dots around it that sometimes they get. Oh, Chris Jericho. Okay. What's Guan in here? It's a hell of a jacket. That's a hell of a jacket. Look at this. Not everyone hates Jericho for existing. What a difference a decade makes. He just needs a break. I know I've talked about this several times in several different videos across several different channels probably at this point. He just needs a break. If he just went away for like a few months and just chilled out and then came back, people like, and changed it up a bit again, like, people would be fine. They're just sick of him. I'd say it's too much of a good thing, but it's not even a good thing. It's too much of a bad thing at the moment. Like, his current stuff and when I say current, it's been like that for a fair few months now. Okay. This is a hell of a random match for the sake of a random match. What's the story behind this? We didn't even get a video package for this. We got Brock Lesnar talking about him and John Cena instead. Randall Keith, Randall Keith, Randall Keith. Rest in peace, Bray. Oh! Wait, was this the start of the feud? What? What? What a weird thing to make him say. Christian. Wow. I like Told Divas. I've never watched it. Hey, we got the 5th ref back. It must have been the guy who's in the ring, because now he's gone. There's 5 again. Are we really, though? Like, still being like, oh, you're a girl in 2014. That was the insult, was it, Randy? That was the insult. I mean, again, I don't know if we should blame Randy. It's probably fed to him by certain people. And by people, I mean person. And by person, I mean allegedly subhuman scum. It didn't seem to be like selling the knee a lot, considering that was only 2 weeks ago. Knees don't recover that quickly if they're that hurt. Yeah. That's supposed to be a heel making bad points, guys. That said, Randy Orton himself will admit that he got quite a bit of leniency in his early days that maybe someone else might not have got. Someone without his heritage. And without his friends, you know, such as Triple H. It's interesting that they led out the show with all the title matches. Then went into, like, some random non-title matches. And then they're going to finish on the world title. Like, they're sort of telegraphing how unimportant every other belt is to them than the world title. By just positioning it beneath. Because this wasn't the era yet where the opening match was basically the second main event. Like, nowadays, whoever gets to open is expected to put on a really good match and a really good show. But it's also quite often, like, a really significant match. Like, I'm thinking, like, Bash in Berlin. Because Gunther and Orton were going to main event, we started with Cody and Owens. You know, like... But here, it very much still seems to be the era of... No, this is just the order of importance of matches. Which, by the way, speaking of order of importance, not seen a single woman in a match on this show. The women we've seen on the show have been Lillian Garcia, Renee Young, Stephanie McMahon, and Lana, from my memory. Have I missed anyone? I don't think I have. I mean... To be fair, Stephanie McMahon's a former women's champion, so we've had one wrestler. And Lana's wrestled some matches in her career. Lillian Garcia's probably got a couple of matches officially on the books, right? You know, like weird segment matches back in the Attitude Era. I'm gonna check. I'm curious. Lillian Garcia cage match. The database says Lillian Garcia is a lovely lady. Has she had matches? She's had one match. Tuxedo/evening gown match. Defeated Howard Finkel in 1 minute 28 seconds. On an episode of Raw in 2002. There you go. Professional wrestler Lillian Garcia. I want to read that. Lillian Garcia is a lovely lady and her ring announcing is pretty good. She has a strong voice and a friendly feel to her. I don't know who wrote that, but that's... Is a lovely lady. This person knows her personally, clearly. Oh yeah, we've not done some Murica in since the Mark Henry Rusev match. Okay. Thanks for that, King. Thanks for that, for throwing in some casual racism on what was not actually a very difficult name to pronounce. Like, I don't know if that's correct, because, like, some Eastern European languages pronounce different letters differently than we do. But to make a credible attempt at it, Zawadzki is not that difficult. Like, it's 3 syllables. Zawadzki. Ski is a word we know, so is what. And za is not difficult. Like English-speaking people really do just see, like, a name with a Z in it or something and go, I can't pronounce that. Without even trying. Like, when I was There you go. There's your hat, good sir. When I was in between school and college, I went out briefly with a Ukrainian girl. And she went on and on about how no one could ever pronounce her surname. And I was like, eventually just like, just tell me what it is. Verkratska. That's it. That's, again, not difficult to say. But her experience in England had been everyone just getting, either seeing written down, or even being told out loud what her name was, and going, can't say that. And it's just mind-boggling. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some names I see that genuinely I don't know how to pronounce it, because there's like 5 consonants in a row or something, and I just can't get my tongue around that. That's fine. Most of them are Welsh. They're not even from outside the UK. But, like, you know, that's perfectly possible, and it's okay to... but when it's not actually that difficult, it's literally just a bit of a racism. Honestly. Oh, that name sounds foreign. I don't know how to say that. Like, have you tried? That's not Smith. Anyway, there's a wrestling match happening, and I'm just ranting and raving about people saying foreign words. Smooth, guys, smooth. To be fair, I have been watching while I've been ranting. There just hasn't been much happening to interrupt my stream of consciousness for me to be like, oh wow, I really need to comment on this. Randy Orton handing JBL his hat was probably the highlight of the match so far. Like, yeah, these two are kind of legends, but... whoa, that snap power slam. This might have been the peak of him doing that. That was beautiful. They are both capable of missing in a match and not always having the best matches. They're both obviously capable of having phenomenal matches. But this just feels a bit... flat. Yeah, it just feels a bit flat, this match. I feel like my favourite so far has probably been Sheamus and Cesaro, which shouldn't really surprise me. Like, there's a reason they ended up doing, like, a best-of-7 series, then becoming a tag team together, because they just were great together. Wow. Even with Jericho being like, come on! Like, no one cares. Dangerously close to landing on his head there. Yeet. Oh, here we go. Springboard drop. No, went over. Nope. Fans are getting into it now, and it is, to be fair, the match is slowly starting to liven up a bit, isn't it? It's not quite as nothingy anymore. Randy Orton's facial hair fascinates me. Like, he's had so many different, like, incarnations of facial hair, or lack thereof. And they all look very distinctly different. Yeah, I don't think he has, like, the connected bits to really grow out, like, a full-on beard. Which, obviously, we've never really seen him with. Oh. This is long since the punt being outlawed, though. We can still tease it, I guess, but fairly sure he's not going to hit this, because I'm sure it was outlawed years ago. Even at this point. Woo! Swing and a miss. Pin him. His shoulders are down, ref. Okay, now they're not. Randy Orton wiggling his head more than D'Lo Brown during his entrance. Does he look like he's tapping King? Shut up. Like, I'm the first to point out when people tap when they don't mean to tap and it doesn't get counted. There was not even a hint at a tap there. Okay, now there's a hint at a tap. I'll allow you to question it there, even though it's very clear he's not tapping. At least he was hitting the mat. I was watching Stevie Richards rank different finishers and how much they hurt. And he said that this form of the Walls of Jericho hurt more than a Lion Tamer. And, like, far be it from me to question someone who's literally been in the hold, but it doesn't look like it had hurt. Oh. Bye, Felicia. Right, come on, lads. Let's crack on now, shall we? He has. He has. That's not where he was dropped. No wasted motion, guys. They never waste any motion. Wasn't that Jericho's finish at the time? Feels like a bit of a random match to just give up a 2 count on it. Like, what's going on with Jericho's chin, by the way? Has he got like a scab there? Was he busted? Maybe a shaving cut? He's got something going on under there, hasn't he? Hit it with it again. Play the same song. Michael Cole patting himself down, like de-sweating himself with a tissue. Shots. Shots, 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 shots. I assume that's some sort of sports ball thing. But it's funny, it just looks like that's where the shots bar is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Oh, he's going to get RKO'd. They're milking it far too much for this not to be an RKO. From out of nowhere. even look like he was trying anything. He just jumped chin first into an RKO. That turned out okay in the end. It started very slowly and very uninterestingly, but it grew into the finish a little bit. I think Randy Orton was taking so long because they were told don't go under 10 minutes and they were on 9:30. So he's like, I can spend 30 seconds turning round. I'm Randy Orton. Of course I can. I'll hear voices crying. That's his gimmick. Was this before the From Out of Nowhere memes? And that's still arguably true 10 years later. He's still going really strong now. Fascinated to see Randy Orton versus, what's his name? Is it Javon Evans? It's Javon something. What if they don't like Mountain Dew? Do they still have to drink it? Oh, we do have women. Oh, triple threat match, okay. With the, probably the best Brit, definitely the best Bella, arguably the best Brooks. Although, I say definitely the best Brit. Jamie Hayter's a thing now. Mariah May's a thing now. Yeah. I mean, back then, Paige was the best Brit. Female Brit, I would say, but... Rampage was a great move name, by the way. And a really fun move, actually, as well. Oh, this is like... This is, peak Paige. Before she did some stuff to herself. I don't want to put someone down for choices they make, but my personal opinion, she looked way better before all the work. Way better. Was this after the I wish you died in the womb thing? Hippie sister? And I wish you died in the womb. Classic. So Paige is looking mighty heelish here. So it's 2 heels and an AJ Lee, by the looks of things. They're giving this promo package longer than any other on the show, I think. Fair enough. It's because they're good wrestlers. They're just trying to keep you out of the ring, Brie. Ooh! She's so pleased with herself. Like, so pleased with herself. Oh, yeah, famous Divas champion Fabulous Moolah and Wendy Victor. Yeah, yeah. And there's Lita with the Divas Championship belt. You can see it right there. Oh, and Trish, same belt, yeah. Two of your all-time favourites, in fact. So, AJ's good. Paige is good. Nikki Bella, I think people sleep on Nikki Bella as far as in-ring ability, especially towards this kind of era, towards the end of her, like, full-time run. She'd improved a lot. This could be good. I have hopes for this match. Must be weird for AJ Lee. She's still here. Isn't this after CM Punk got fired on their wedding day and she's just still here? That must be weird. Like, talk about being caught in the middle. You know what, King? I'll let you have that one. I was thinking the same thing. Fair enough. I mean, no, you don't get all that for $9.99, do you? You get each of those for $9.99. Because it's $9.99 a month and they're monthly events. This music's pretty decent as well. It's better than the current music. Am I right? Those that know, know. You know, if you know why, you know why. I flew 4,319 kilometers to see AJ Lee. That's oddly specific, and I'm going to question. I guarantee they measured the distance between their house and the arena, and you did not fly that far. You travelled some of that distance on the ground. I don't believe that, fan. Did she just boob bounce Nikki Bella? That's the wrong person to do that to in this match. Yep, she just bounced up. Look! Pyong! Paige lands in England. Paige was seeming very heelish in that promo package, but then was really kicking off with Nikki Bella. I guess she's, quote, a tweener. That's not really a thing, so which side of the fence is she on? Certainly not a thing in WWE in the women's division in 2014. Like, no. Got a CM Punk chant. Because I was just talking about how awkward it must be for AJ Lee. Okay. Nikki Bella's going like submission magician on them here. Also, that's a full locked armbar that Paige is just simply not submitting to. Kind of hate that. Just don't ever let her lock it fully in. Like, if you're not going to finish the match with it, don't have it locked in. Like, no one gets locked in a full stretch armbar and doesn't immediately tap. It's like one of the worst things you can be locked in. Oof. Oh, one for you as well. Wait, she's already lost it a couple of occasions to Paige. I was there for Paige's main roster debut. But that was only a few months before this. She's already won it back and then lost it again, by the sounds of what they were saying. Yeah, I feel like Paige is definitely being quite heelish here. Oh, that was a nice spin kick. Very straight leg. Very nice technique. Woo! Play nice, did he just say? Here, be nice in this wrestling match. Don't you know it's the International Day of Peace? We shouldn't be fighting. We should all just be hugging out our issues and then one of us agreeing to lie down for the other one to pin them. It's, you know, that's what peaceful wrestling is all about. Not this. God. Oh. Oh! AJ's face. That's not a group hug. Mostly because there's only two people. That's just a hug. Okay. Oh. At what? At tea? She kicked out at tea. Grandma came out with a pot of tea and she kicked out. I don't know what they're doing here. Right, there we go. We've got into... That was the weirdest way I've ever seen anyone drag anyone to the ropes. Oh. That was a weird little delay for not very much reason and basically zero effect. Oh, on the arm. Maybe she's gonna do another armbar that no one taps out to. That was nice. That was decent. Oof. In the mush. Nikki looked at Paige and like, how dare you save me? She looked offended. This, much like the Jericho Orton match, feels quite flat. I don't think the crowd are doing it any favors, but it's been fine. Just hasn't been particularly exciting. I would say. Brie Bella should be Divas champ. Agree to disagree with that person. Oh no, not a Tower of Doom. In a multi-person match. Was it Nikki Bella who did the powerbomb? Why is she selling? She didn't take a move, she just did a powerbomb. Yeah, it's Nikki. Why are you selling? Bugs the hell out of me in these Tower of Dooms. Why did the one doing the, like, the two on top, yeah. One took a superplex, one took a powerbomb. The other one just did a powerbomb and then fell over. I'm not sure I understand why. You could argue it took all her strength to powerbomb two people, but that's kind of a weak explanation in my opinion. Rack attack! Great move name. That was a weird way to try and break it up. That pretty much failed. Oh! Nope. Sit down. Who was the champ coming into this? Was it Paige? It was Paige, right? Yeah. Yeah, she kissed the belt at the top of the stage. Hey, there it is. Tap. Tombstone? No, she does. She taps. She taps that booty a lot of times. Getting her money's worth. Soft. Yeah, that match was decent. Didn't quite live up to what I thought it could be. Like, yeah, never really fully got going in my opinion. They got time as well, unfortunately. Like, not unfortunately they got time, unfortunately they didn't, like, have that excuse. You know, that they could have done more with that time. I don't know how much time they got. It's probably not that much, but they got sufficient time to do a more fun thing than that, I think. Almost. Almost. Where's Nikki gone? Nikki's evaporated. It's a triple threat match, but one of them clearly does not matter. They haven't even looked at Nikki since the end of the match. Looked at the winner, and then looked at Paige, and then the winner, and then Paige, and then the winner, and then Paige, and then the winner, and then Paige. Nikki just doesn't exist now. Why didn't they just do Paige and AJ one-on-one, I wonder? I guess they do. It was all worth it for the I wish you died in the womb line, I guess. What's going on here? Okay. Cool story, I guess. Okay, it's world title time. That is pretty wild. That is wild. Oh, nice. Can we do the suplex number? Yeah, there we go. Has that image been flipped, or did he actually F5 him on the wrong shoulder? Yeah, that's wild. No one ever does that. 30 minutes to an hour? That would be the key against notorious NCAA champion Brock Lesnar, would be staying close and doing takedowns. You sure about that, Booker? They are talking absolute nonsense. I don't know what the answer is against this era of Brock Lesnar, by the way, within kayfabe. The answer is just accept that you're going to lose, I think, and take the payday. But, like, the stuff they're suggesting against NCAA legit wrestler, UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar to wrestle the man. That's wild. All these sad children they keep focusing on. Oh, isn't that sweet? I wish we'd managed to get the watch along of this match done. My bad for that, guys. My bad. Missed a golden opportunity to do that one. Yep. Yep. Nope. Angry boy. So, impactful shove. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Well, it wasn't, though, was it? Well. He said a naughty. He must be fired up. I don't remember, but I'm assuming this is just a better attempt and then he loses. What's with all these signs of people travelling thousands of miles to see Night of Champions? Like, go to WrestleMania, my guys. Maybe they did both. Maybe they've got loads of money and, like, are doing loads of shows. I don't know. Weird show to decide to fly across the world for. Especially because they're so far forward. I assume they bought the tickets way far in advance. Like, probably before much was announced, so it's not even like, oh, I need to see this rematch. It's more like, oh, I just really need to be at Night of Champions. They're going to milk it a bit. How long have we got left? 23 minutes. It's not going to go much longer than the SummerSlam one, is it? By the time Lesnar gets down there. And destroyed. Why can't you say destroyed for that one? That's a claim. Jesus. We've seen enough of Lesnar. That's a clever sign. Turning the seen enough thing around. Cena versus Brock, fans lose. What a sign to take to a show where you've paid for a ticket. Paid a lot of money probably for a third row ticket or whatever that was. I mean, admittedly, like I was saying before, probably bought the ticket before this match was ever announced. Gian. Minnesota. Alright, let's go. Bell rings with exactly 20, well, just under 20 minutes remaining. Big let's go Cena, Cena sucks chant. Nope. Hooking the rope with his feet. Wow, he didn't even go down. There, no he did. Imagine not going down to a John Cena clothesline. That's wild. One. Kicked out 1. It does matter. That's the way you're supposed to win, Michael Cole. This is starting the match with all your finisher tokens on WWF SmackDown. Brock Lesnar. Look at that face. Fans have come alive. Butt whooping. Language, Timothy. I mean, no, it's all over a minute of offense. We haven't had over a minute of offense here. So that's not true, King. Was in fact a lie. Lesnar looks weird the way he looked his entire career now to me. I got so used to top knot and beards Lesnar that he actually looks weird that way, even though that's how he looked for the majority of his career. He just suited the top knot and beard so much better, in my opinion. And you won't catch me saying people suit a top knot very often, at all. These fans are going for it, my goodness. Yeah, Brock Lesnar's notoriously won loads of matches with 2 German suplexes. Like, that's been the move that he's won with loads of times. Kind of a Lesnar version of Three Amigos. Uh-oh. Yeah, all the people love him so much. There's not over half the crowd chanting Cena sucks or anything. Why? Is he carrying Brock Lesnar? Apparently King hasn't been there for that decade. He was like, John, we've followed this man's career. Not you, King. You've never heard of Brock Lesnar before today. Oof. Yeah, that's wild. Get that single leg, John. Dance with him. Ah. He's going to do the Bray Wyatt dance out the corner thing. I think it's Jim giving strength. And maybe some other sources as well. But that's speculation. One step is plenty. What's he going to do? Bite him? Why have you taken your mouth guard out? Oh, so all those people seen a beat are just any superstar. Buried. Oof. Back elbow there. Paul Heyman does a masterful job selling this stuff on the outside, right? And then suddenly straight back to confidence mode. As much as people praise what Paul Heyman did on the microphone with Brock Lesnar, honestly, I think that's topped by his, oh! Snug. Although it was just with his tricep, that wouldn't have hurt that much. But still. Ooh, bit of blood. Lovely. But yeah, his mic work was actually bettered by his stuff that he does at ringside during a Lesnar match, like character work-wise. And a Reigns match, for that matter, as well. That's probably from the ropes, isn't it? Looks like a horizontal stripe to me. It looks like a rope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs! The gloves are off, quite literally. That's insane. Running at that speed with Cena. It's insane. Only just two. Kind of fun that the AA is descended from the FU, which was deliberately started as a parody of the F5. And now he's hitting Lesnar with it. All those years later. At least a decade later. You just break out of an STF into a Kimura. That's wild. Yeah, this is like two of the strongest guys ever to be in WWE. In fact, all four, I would hazard a guess, of the strongest guys to ever be in WWE have been on this show. These two, Mark Henry and Cesaro, are my picks. I may have forgotten someone. Like, I may be overlooking someone obvious. But they stand out to me as, like, four obvious picks. And they're all on this show. I think maybe the fifth one to, like, round it out, a top five would probably be Big E. He might not be fifth of the top five. I don't know. Really hard to rank that. But that's probably my pick for the top five. Let me know yours in the comments. Oh, it's a schmoz finish. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, boo. They're not booing Seth Rollins, they're booing the decision. Boo that booking. Boo King. Right now, beat down Lesnar with your briefcase and then stomp him onto it. Yeah, take your sweet time. It's only Brock Lesnar like. Ambrose? What business is it of yours, John? I guess he's just a bit angry, so that's fair. Both guys are in the ring. Ring the bell. I don't think it was 5 minutes. He's not on his feet. He's on our foot. What? No, it was a pin. It was a pin that was interrupted, Michael Cole. Oh. They couldn't just have had Brock beat Cena again. God damn. Did we? Did we? Look like John Cena to me. It was a pin. It was a pin, guys. He wasn't in a submission. He was in a pin. See? Yeah, pinned is the word you're after, King, but you're actually kind of making the right point, just badly. I love how everyone struggles to comprehend Money in the Bank cash-ins despite the fact that they happen every year. Referees don't get it, ring announcers don't get it, commentators don't get it. Well, overall, I think that was a decent show. I was expecting to really not enjoy that, because I remembered 2014 after WrestleMania really going downhill fast. But that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. There were some bits that weren't great, don't get me wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But overall, I enjoyed that show. It was a solid sort of 3.5 star show. It wasn't exceptional, but it was watchable. Yeah, didn't hate that. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new here, share with your friends if you think they would enjoy it. It's all greatly appreciated. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA, you've been amazing, and I'll see you next time.